What's your experience being in the band? Like, what have you experienced so far being a Little King member?
Backache, loading in and out of the studios.
Trying to get people to help me carry my stuff into my car has been a chore.
You're good at that, though. You're a veteran. Oh, hey, I got to be... could you grab that? I got a phone call.
My wife...
my wife is calling me every 2 hours.
My mom called me Tom Sawyer when I was a kid.
My wife was calling me every 2 hours. You should talk, though, dude. You're getting it, too. Like, how you guys are going?
No,
He's newly romanticized.
When I was a kid...
Oh, that's so sweet.
When I was a kid, I'd get my friends to come over, and I have to do my chores, and I go, hey, guys, if you help me do the chores, we can go out and play faster. So I would go inside and get cookies and milk, and while they're mowing the lawn and cutting the weeds, and then I'd come out, oh, you guys finished already? Oh, that's awesome, let's go. And I give them their cookies, and I didn't have to do nothing.
So our first song is called Lawnmowers and Cookies. It's coming out in September. Lawnmowers and Cookies. So, yeah, go ahead.
But do you still have cookies left?
I do.
Melty.
Those cookies are like...
They're melty, though.
They're
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Even better.
It may be, yeah. I don't know, it's kind of like the refry of the cookie, though. I'm not sure how good that is. It
So
could go
every
either
band
way.
has a prima donna. Who would you guys say is the prima donna here, the rock star?
Definitely.
Me?
Definitely. No, there are no prima donnas in this band. Huh? Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's done.
Prima donna.
It can only be good, like, it's only working if everybody's on the same page. Yeah. And I think we've all been through enough crappy situations.
What are some weird band situations that you guys have been in with Little King?
Oh.
I haven't been too weird, but we did have a sax, a violin, and a cello playing at the same time, which was really cool.
That was cool. Live. Yeah. Dave and I have played a few shows together, maybe 5 or 6 live. I toured a little bit.
I got to go play here.
Yeah. Back in Texas, too. This is my sober years, to be honest with you. So I quit drinking in 2019, I guess. I got my first and only DUI. Very proud of that. It was the last drop I ever had of alcohol. I blew a .28, so I was gloriously hammered. It was a great way to go out and never drink again. Yeah, thank God I made it through. You know, no, you don't want that. But these guys, you know, now things are very adulty. Feeling very adulty. So like the crazy situations are like, you know, like Dave's got a bad back, or Dave can't find the studio, or Dave's late because he's eating a burrito. Oh.
What are we talking about here? I thought that was him.
Crazy situations in the band. Yes, we're an old guy band now for sure. The burrito was cold.
What sucks is I'm the oldest guy here, but I'm the best looking one. I got the pretty hair. You know?
Clearly the one off his meds too.
Yeah. Another thing for me is that like they don't drink, and it was like a motivation for me to quit drinking. And yesterday it was like a month and a half sober.
Oh, good.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know
That
that.
was
That's
a
cool.
good inspiration. Huh?
So how do you feel?
Oh man, I feel great. But now I'm drinking a lot of coffee though.
Yeah.
That is better than alcohol.
Makes you more productive, I think.
You can't get arrested for drinking coffee.
That's true too. Yeah, there's no risk to it. I mean, the drinking thing's weird because we've all in bands for our whole lives, basically. I mean, you're around it nonstop, constantly with musicians, and it's this sort of degeneracy, you know, that I didn't realize it for myself, that I was going down that road until I was already at the end of that road. It's like, my God, like, how did I get to this place where I'm drinking every day? You know, because I wasn't a drinker for a long time, and all of a sudden, you know, so I'm just grateful that we're all in a place now. The music's better for it too, right? We're just so much more focused.
So when you're 20-something, you like play, and then you grab a groupie, and you go to a hotel room and drink and snort and shoot, and next day you play. So this is an old man band.
That's
Like,
right.
what does an old man band, Little King, look like?
Well, I am married. I got 4 grandkids. I got to, you know, do the husband thing, and then do the work thing, and then do the playing thing.
Yeah. I play a lot of D&D, and I'm a dad and I'm a son. Like, I take care of my mom half the time. She's 81, she lives here, and my son just graduated from high school last week. He'll be going to the University of Arizona, which is cool, but it's just about the music for us. When we're together, we are clearly have all been through the ringer enough.
Right.
Tony's a little younger than us by like 10 years or 8 years or something like that. So
15 years younger.
So just, yeah. So he's at the tail end of the rage. I think he just figured it out.
But you know what? I mean, making music with you guys at this age, like before, you know, I was trying to like become famous and, you know, all that kind of dreams that you have as a musician. And now it's more like a personal, you know, thing and a journey. And I've I don't know. It feels great to make music with your feet on the ground rather than make music with a big ego and I'm gonna be a rock star and I'm gonna be conquering the world and all that stuff.
That's right. I think this has happened for a reason. I really do. I think this situation, something's up.
It's so interesting having, just within the context of Little King, having played with so many drummers and so many bass players through the years, and you really get to learn people's personalities through their playing when you're intimately familiar with your own music. So obviously, I presented these as mostly done arrangements, and then you guys I'm not a bass player, I'm not a drummer, so you put your parts to it. And now knowing you guys from having jammed a lot together recently, knowing your personalities, your parts fit your personalities.
Yeah,
you play like you.
Yeah,
You play like you.
I've
I
always
play
said
like me, and it's really cool.
I've always said that. People play like their personalities. You know?
A million notes an hour, you know.
I talk a million miles an hour and I play a million miles an hour.
Yeah, and you're so eclectic with all of the influences, because there's definitely like Latin influences in there too, but a lot of like Tool and a lot of more progressive stuff in too. So you really sound like you, which is cool. Yeah. Yes, sir.
So each one of you answer this question. To me, Little King means. Start with you.
Peace and express music, being myself and sharing with them. But a lot of peace,
I figured, because I haven't been in Little King very long, but I figured, you're kind of short, and but you're the king, man.
That's what Ryan means, Little King. That's how it came about.
Hey, I got it right.
Yeah, you got it right. Yeah. For me, it's always kind of been about legacy, I guess. I want to leave something behind that speaks to my observations, the things as I was going through. It helps me maybe help my family or my friends or somebody else learn from my mistakes and my experiences, and to be able to express my thoughts in the written word, but not only just in the actual written form, but also in the form of almost poetry. I mean, it is poetry. To me, it's poetry, the lyrics are, within the context of fairly complex musical arrangements. I'm really comfortable with that as my legacy. And so I think legacies, we have an album called Legacy of Fools, making fun of myself. There's the fool right there. But Legacy of Fools, which came out in 2008, and that was after my son had just been born. And it really started to become something that I thought more about. And I don't care about money. I don't care about fame. We are clearly in this group with these, as a three-piece, trying to make the absolute best music that we possibly can make. And there's no such thing as perfect. But I think we're getting pretty close to perfectly expressing ourselves within each of these individual tracks. And that fills me with joy, for sure.
That's one thing I feel like I get to really express myself. And he inspires what I expressed on this album. And then the way you write the guitar, I mean, just the way the music came together, it's really magical.
I was telling him before you came, because we jammed a lot. And I was telling Tony when we first started, and he, I don't know, I'm a bass player, do you know a bass player? And I'm like, son, it'll be okay. And then he walks in, he plugs in on the first day that we jammed rehearsal, and Tony's kind of, I wouldn't say nervous, but just like a little anticipating like what might happen. And like you said when you're talking before, like you plug in, turn on, bing, and Tony's like, and the top hits the floor. And like, I told you,
as a drummer,
me.
that's what you're looking for, not to engage with the bass player. And I've been struggling so bad for years to try to find the correct and the right bass player. But right away, as a musician, you don't have to hear an hour of a musician playing. Right away, when he plugged in that thing, and boom, I was like, oh man.
That's it.
That's exactly what I need.
And we just finished bass tracks in the studio right now. So literally just finished up this morning. Right. And I love this part. I mean, I love the whole process. I mean, I am absolutely a process-oriented musician and person. So it's so fun to just have our demos between the two of us, and then you came and we jammed and we sort of crude video of it, and then your hair's like, oh, the possibilities are endless. And then just the drums are laid down, and then just the guitars. Now we build in the bass, and then the next is the screaming and the yelling from me. Right. So this is what I live for. This is so fun to me. And you guys you've done a lot of it, maybe not quite as much studio, but the layering and the building and the overtime, and then that satisfaction with that end result, man, it keeps me coming back. I don't think I could ever give it up. It's pretty much what I live for outside of just, my family and my friends. So,
who's the quiet one?
Hey, Tony.
Well, I talk a lot, but I'm not in front of a camera. I'm sorry.
You see who's got a little.
I was gonna say I'm not sure there is a quiet one in this band.
Yeah, we're pretty talkative.
I think Tony would definitely be the quietest one.
Yeah.
for sure.
And who's the one that you just like want to say, shut up?
That's the engineer, Ricky.
That's the engineer, yeah.
He's awesome. Yeah, nobody likes the engineer. Eeyore, the engineer. Oh, everybody hates me anyway.
I love it.
Yeah.
So this is a question from friends. Each one of you, if you could date another member of the band, who would it be and why?
Jeez.
No, you know it's real hard to answer that question.
yeah,
I
that's
like
the
them.
question.
I like them both.
These guys are pretty cuddly. I don't know. I think Tony's probably a little more cuddly, maybe. Yeah, it's his snuggle. I'll ask you a question. When you hear our music, Little King music, and we just started with like rude demos that I sent to you, what's the thing that sort of stands out and makes us unique as opposed to a lot of the other stuff that you've recorded?
Your music is different. There's something about this about your songs structurally, the melodies, and then listening to what I really like about you guys is that you let them be them, and both of you just said that earlier, that you let them be them and you let them be authentic in how they're playing, and just the music to me just sounds very authentic.
Cool.
And again, I really love the melodies of the songs.
Thank you.
Like they're catchy. You know, I'll shut down the studio for the day and I'm like humming, number 1 or number 5 or like.
Number 1, number 1, number 5,
Number one?
number 1.
I don't want to say I'm humming number 2 because that just sounds a little weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm and to me my perspective changes every time you guys come and layer something.
Sure.
Yeah.
So of course when it was just drums and kind of scratch guitar, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
drums. Then you did all the guitar parts. I'm like, whoa, this like really took it up a notch. And the melodies are really cool, and like hearing the bass lines in there, it's just like
Changes
wow,
it.
just completely blew me away.
So one thing I would have to say, I feel more joy this album than probably any album I've recorded. And I think the reason is a lot of the things that we've been talking about, just our relationships with each other, how well we all get along, how much as we get older, after all the poor situations or the mediocre situations, how much we now relish like the situation that we're in now. So I think that there's hope for an element of joy that comes through and that shines through all of our parts and all of the compositions. I'm not saying that they're all upbeat and yay, everything's gonna be fine and we all hug each other. That's definitely not the tenor of the compositions, but I think it is overall when we play live and certainly when someone listens to this album, there's a note of hope, I think, and I feel like you can hear it in our music.
30 years ago, maybe you want to put this record out to be famous or to get a recording contract. Like, what's the end game? What's the goal of putting this record out? Like what do you guys want to accomplish emotionally, physically as a band, spiritually, whatever word we can use here?
I don't know. It's
¿Cómo se dice en español?
What do you want
Immortality.
from this record, though? Like, what's your goal? Okay, I put this record out. What do you want this record to do for you?
Well, for example, I feel very proud of myself to accomplish this goal, this record. Before, I used to play with the bands that now they're famous, but probably no me iba a sentir que estoy siendo yo mismo, ¿no?
Like you wouldn't feel yourself playing with other bands, with the other bands that you played with before.
You wouldn't.
You wouldn't feel like
You couldn't be your authentic self, maybe before.
No. Because sometimes you're hired gun and you must do whatever they want, and probably you can be famous or make money, but it's like, oh, you know what? I don't feel happy about it. And with this band, it's like I feel myself, and they were sharing, and it's like I give them energy, and the energy comes back.
Yeah, for sure. What about you?
I'm excited to see the end product. I'm just excited to hear what the record sounds like at the end. I said record, I know album.
It's a record, yeah. To me, it's always a record, yeah, for sure.
But I'm just looking for it to be a great album. I have no aspirations. It'd be great if something happened.
Yeah, something happened.
It'd be awesome, but at the same time, just what we get to do, and I want to do more. I want to do another album and another album.
Echoing what you said, pride in the end product, I think, is certainly first and foremost. I have all of my albums up on the wall, you know, from the first one, framed, and it's a time capsule of my life. I mean, I remember what was happening in 2003 when I made that record. Going to Toronto. I remember 2008. I remember all, and for me, it's such a blessing to be able to not only like have the visual of those records on the wall, and a visual of Dave yawning during the interview, but also having those time capsules preserved, you know? So I can remember like the sentiment behind a particular song. I can remember which guitar or which amp, you know, I was using in this particular thing. And when it comes up on Spotify or it comes up on Apple Music, it's really fulfilling to me, and it brings back this immediate wave of nostalgia for whatever was going on in my life at any given time. And I'm in such a good place, you know. I mean, I don't believe in jinxes. That's bullshit. I believe in the here and the now and being present. And right now, things in my life are so good. Things are flowing in such a way with the people that I've chosen to work with, and in my personal life, you know, my girlfriend and my mom, my kids and my family. I feel like this is going to be a time capsule and a reflection of a really good time in my life, and that brings me joy. You know, forever. That lasts forever until we're done.
Cool.
I think we're good. You guys, anything else?
Enough.
Yeah.
I like the way you guys evaded the "who would you date" question. Good job.
I like how you kept asking it. Yeah. Touche. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Good.